Whenever people talk about the Nintendo Switch, they tend to do so with a very tangible amount of disgust. They say it's old, they say it has astonishingly slow internal storage, they say Nintendo is evil and is run by the Yakuza. And while all of those things might be true, I don't think they take away from just how amazing the Switch actually is. And that's especially true, in my opinion, for the Switch Lite. I love it.
Feel alive, let's hit the dance floor. Don't work too hard, might break a backbone. Return of the Mac, the king is back though. Corvette and cash, I never lack those. She saw the stone, you know how that go. Fatality, my diamonds that cold. Versace trunks, I hit my backstroke. Knock on the door, she at the back, bro.
It isn't exactly drenched in nostalgia, but it punches way above its weight class and offers a kind of value proposition that no other device can match. None whatsoever. If I'm commuting, this is the only gaming device I bring with me. It has a stupendous game library. We're talking thousands upon thousands of games, some of which are really damn good. It has next to no fan noise, reasonable performance, and some really good battery life. And best of all, it's actually portable. You cannot easily bring a Windows-based handheld on your commutes or travels. It requires planning. These toys are huge, and you also might have to choose between bringing your socks or said handheld. The Switch? You barely notice it. I literally bring it everywhere I possibly can. To the grocery store, bus, taxi, train, flight, bathroom, bedroom, couch, kitchen. I play in the tub, next to a dumpster, on the toilet. I use it everywhere I possibly can because it's so thin and light and portable. And no, it's not this beastly device that's going to tackle all of the latest and greatest AAA games, but it doesn't have to be. And it's also more capable than most people think. And because I'm a workaholic, I'm no longer able to game for like 6 hours straight in a single sitting. What I can do, however, is find those valuable small pockets of time between doing things. And for those scenarios and use cases, the Switch is amazing. 5 minutes, 10, 15, it might not sound like much, but it adds up and I love it. And when your girlfriend wants to go to IKEA for what feels like the billionth time, suddenly that's not a problem. You want to watch sofas for 6 hours straight? Make it 7, I have some games to play. And the Switch Lite, oh my god, it offers so much for such a small sum of money, it's insane. The best time to buy a gaming console is at the end of its life cycle. At that point, it is at its cheapest, and all of the games have already come out. I feel like most folks nowadays only focus on the spec sheet. You know, TDPs and clock speeds and watt hours and VRAM and bandwidth and high-res textures and global illumination, ray tracing, 4K 60, blah, blah, blah. All of that makes sense. Those things and topics are incredibly fascinating and alluring and important in most cases. But I think they tend to get in the way of gaming a bit too often. I've been playing games for over 25 years, and I've been emulating systems for over 20. If it runs reasonably well, and if I can get it for cheap, I am good. I am Gucci, as the kids say. And this thing runs reasonably well, and it cannot get any cheaper. And I would seem like an uninformed fool if I didn't say that, these things can be hacked. And you can find a hacked Switch Lite for like 190 euros, which is insane. I don't support pirating a system that is still being sold primarily because of the developers, but sailing the high seas is an option. What I will say as vaguely as possible is that back in my day when I was a kid, I thought all games were free. I thought of it as a form of welfare. You get record-breaking hyperinflation and you get bombed, but hey, here's a bunch of free games to soften the blow. And soften the blow they did.
But sadly not the trauma. That still lingers.
And there's like 5 bajillion games available on the Switch right now, and most of them run surprisingly well. And I love a strong, capable handheld PC as much as all of you do, right? But there is something so alluring, so childlike, so innocent and beautiful about a handheld that's small and portable and light and easy to use and simple and just, it makes me feel good, like I'm a kid again. And I don't get that with the ROG Ally or Legion Go, and this thing brings me back to my childhood in the best way possible, without the bombing. And if you do end up hacking it, there's no limit to what you can do to it. You can run Android on it. You can emulate older systems up to like PSP, if not even beyond. You can run Linux, tweak the screen, overclock the CPU, GPU, memory. So many different things, it's insane. And there's even an OLED mod for it, an OLED panel built and sold by Taki. Needless to say, the homebrew scene is alive and kicking, that's for sure. Yeah? I'm recording. What?
Some men in suits are at the door.
Are they Japanese?
Yeah, I think so.
Thank you for watching.